starting your third different position. I know Jay's kind of joking about it, but what has it been like having to shuffle around so much this year and also battling some injuries and stuff yourself too?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to do whatever to help the team at this point, honestly. Like, obviously, we've had some injuries. Connie's went out. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just doing whatever I can to help the team. So, if that takes right guard, left guard, center, whatever it takes.
How big of a transition is it to go from guard to center?
It was definitely a little tough, but I definitely have to give praise to Kakani and Dante because they helped me a lot last week throughout practice. But, yeah, it definitely is a little bit different. I had to kind of get used to it.
And you only really had a week to prep, right? I mean,
yeah.
What was it like getting ready and just with such short notice?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely difficult because everything happens faster because you're up on the ball, and then obviously you have to communicate to the two guys on your left, two guys on your right, and then I had to talk to Hank, and yeah, so it was definitely a little tough transition, but I mean, just had to get it done, had to get the job done.
Did you ever play center like back in the day in high school? No?
My last time I played center, I mean, I got some center time like 2 years ago against Colorado State at the end of the game, but like the last time I really started a game at center was sophomore year of high school.
What part still kind of intimidates you? In terms of the transition, what's been the most difficult part for you?
I mean, first of all, you get the snap back there. So, I mean, I had to practice that a lot that last week. And then just the communication. And, I mean, everything happens faster because you're right up on the line and got to snap with one arm, block with the other. So, I think that was the toughest transition.
Why is snapping so hard to us guys? It seems rather easy. Just snap the ball to the quarterback. But obviously, as you guys have shown this year, it's been
yeah.
Why is snapping so hard?
I mean, I think it's just like kind of the stress of being out there because, I mean, center is a big role out there. You're kind of first touch the ball. It's like you start the whole play. So it's a really big lead. So I think just the stress of it, but try not to think about it and just go out there and keep the right motion and just get it back there to Hank.
How did you feel you do? How did you self-scout yourself after that?
I mean, for not playing center, I felt like I did pretty well, especially against Colorado State. They're really good up front. Front seven was really well. They played really well, did really good. So I think personally, when I first came at center, I think I did pretty well.
As an entire unit, how do you feel like you guys did running the football against them?
Yeah, I think we did actually really well. I mean, like I said before, like they were really good up front seven, and I think we kind of started to wear them down a little bit and ended up running the ball very well. I mean, we ran for 177 or whatever, so.
How much do you just like the challenge of it? A new position, a new league, like you show up here and you got to be all in, like.
No, it's definitely super exciting for me. It's because, I mean, I've been playing both guards. I've been doing that for the last 3 years, so playing centers kind of got that spark in me to get going because it definitely is a new challenge to go out there and try a new position, especially one like center.
You had that leg injury in the season opener, and I saw you before the BYU game, and it seemed like you could barely walk before the coin toss. I mean, how much have you been banged up? How much have you had to deal with nagging injuries this year?
Yeah, I've gotten a little banged up this year, but I mean, just part of playing O-line football. Just not injured, but just a little hurt. But
how do you feel now?
I'm good.
Having Garrett back, what's that do for you guys?
Oh, it definitely helps a lot. We need a little bit more depth, definitely at guard, because I mean we were pretty thin because Will got banged up. Obviously, Kakani's out, so definitely getting Garrett back helped us a lot.
Have you been a part of a line where every week someone else is going down?
I don't think I have, honestly.
I mean, I know it's you guys are coming back, but so much shuffling and so much guys going. How hard has that been? Just with every week, it's been pretty much a different combination almost.
I mean, I would think the hardest thing is just kind of like just forming that gel, like as a unit, would probably be the hardest thing. But like when I moved over to the left guard with OJ, I mean, me and OJ are roommates, and we've been playing next to each other for a while and everything. So I think we work really well together. But definitely working in the middle was I had to get used to that, working next to Ben and Garrett. But I think we did pretty well.
I know that you overlap with Molchon, right?
Yeah.
John Molchon,
yeah.
Is that you look at what he did his senior year, and he's playing tackle one week and one of the guard spots the next week, flopping around. I think he plays a little bit of center now in the NFL. But outside of the guys that you mentioned, is there anybody else you kind of leaned on to try to figure this out on the fly?
I mean, it was mainly just Kakani, and I mean, Coach Keene helped me a lot too, but it was mainly Kakani and Dante. Like when we were in there running drills, like we would kind of go to the side and they would kind of coach me up a little bit on back blocks and like everything like that. So my huge praise for last week is to Kakani and Dante for helping me out.
How's Kakani doing? I know that he's been trying to like hang in there and push this, give it a go, but we found out this week that his
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, I think he's pretty bummed that he can't play this year, but I know he's going to be excited to come back next year and rock it.
With the pulling and all that stuff, was guard to guard harder or was guard to center harder?
Honestly, I mean, we pull a little bit at center, but I was so used to right guard. Getting in that left, like, handed stagger, it was definitely took a couple days to get used to. So I would say going from right to, like, left and then pulling from left guard was toughest for me.
Tim Plow says that guard is your best spot. Why is that?
I think that's just what I'm most comfortable with. I've been playing that since I've been here, so yeah.
You know enough that you think that you could play all 5 positions if you had to?
Yeah, I don't think I would go into a tackle, but I mean, if they really needed me out there, I mean, I'll just go give it my best and whatever it takes for the team.
But I mean, being here so long, you know you're comfortable because you've played, what, 5 or 6 years now that you've been here. So
Yeah, I
you
think.
gotta know a lot more than when you started.
Yeah, definitely. I'm more comfortable, just especially with the offense now. I've been running it for a while, and then just knowledge of the game and little things. Like, I think I could pull it off if I needed to play tackle, but I don't think I will.
So Jeff, like last week, did you have the bye week too then to know you're going to be probably at center? So did you actually have 2 weeks or?
It was kind of, I don't know, it was more of like a feel out thing too. But like, I mean, I would say on Tuesday is the day where I kind of solidified it.
And then do you stay after practice and do extra snapping, or what all?
Yeah.
Do you get ready?
Actually, my gun snaps have been pretty good, but had to work on some under center with Hank because I haven't done that in a while. So definitely got some more under center snaps.
Is under center harder? Because I would think as close as it is, it would be easier, but is it harder?
I think it's just kind of a feel thing because you got to get the ball into his hands without trying to break his finger. So.
Practice is obviously one thing, a game is another. So at what point in time in the game did you kind of start to figure out like you'd be fine if you do this for as long as they need you to?
Honestly, like in the first quarter, I wasn't like shook or anything, but like I was definitely like not used to it. But like as like the game kind of progressed, like second quarter, third quarter, I definitely got more comfortable and felt like I played well in the second half too.